You wake to a world that doesn't know your name, not because you're small, but because you've chosen the shadows. A Sigma male, not a rebel without cause, nor a follower chasing applause. You are the quiet storm, the man who moves unseen, carving a path where others only dream. The morning is still, no clamor, no demands. Just you, your thoughts, and the weight of a world that expects you to bend. But you don't. You never have. Why? Because your strength isn't loud. It's not in the shout, the crowd, the fleeting praise. It's in the silence, the dawn, the moment you rise, knowing the day will test you, and still, you choose to stand. This is your story, the untold resilience of a man who walks alone. Not because he must, but because he knows. The truest power is forged in solitude. They see you, but they don't. Your words, few and deliberate, fall on ears tuned to noise. They call you distant, cold, a mystery they can't unravel. But you're not hiding. You're guarding, not your heart, but your truth. The world wants easy answers, shallow bonds, quick smiles. You offer depth, and they turn away. It stings, not because you crave their approval, but because you know they'll never see the fire beneath your calm. The thoughts that burn, the visions that drive you, the battles you fight in the quiet of your mind. Being misunderstood is a tax on your existence. It's the price of being different, of refusing to play a role that doesn't fit your soul. And yet, you pay it, every day, because to betray yourself would cost far more. Solitude isn't your punishment. It's your sanctuary, the place where you become, where the noise fades and the truth speaks. Others fear the quiet. They fill it with distractions, with voices, with chaos. But you seek it. You know the power of a mind left to wander, the clarity that comes when the world falls away. In solitude, you face yourself, not the mask you wear, not the man others expect, the raw, unfiltered you, flaws and all, dreams and all. And in that forge, you hammer out your strength. It's not easy. Solitude tests you. It asks questions you'd rather not answer. But you stay. You sit with the discomfort. Because you know, every moment alone makes you sharper, stronger, more you. The system wasn't built for you. It rewards compliance, punishes the outlier. It wants you to climb its ladder, to chase its prizes, to bow to its rules. But you see through it. The hollow promises, the gilded cages. You know the cost of trading your soul for a seat at their table. So you rebel, not with fists or shouts, but with choices. You walk away. You build your own path. You say no to what doesn't align. They call it arrogance. You call it freedom. The freedom to live by your own code, to value truth over comfort, purpose over praise, to be a man who answers only to himself. This rebellion isn't loud. It's a quiet refusal, a single step away from the herd. And with each step, you grow stronger. Strength isn't born, it's made. Forged in the crucible of discipline, patience, and relentless will. You've learned this, not from books, but from life. From the moments you wanted to quit, but didn't. From the temptations you faced and walked away. Self-mastery is your art. You sculpt your mind, sharpen your focus, tame your desires. Not to be perfect, but to be whole. To be a man who owns himself. Others chase shortcuts, quick fixes. empty wins. You choose the harder path, the one that demands sacrifice, the one that carves you into something greater. And in that alchemy, you find peace, not in the absence of struggle, but in knowing you're strong enough to face it. Your power confuses them. It's not in your words, though they cut like steel. It's not in your actions, though they speak louder than most. It's in your presence, the way you carry yourself. Calm, unshaken, untouched by the chaos that consumes others. This is the paradox. Your strength is silent, yet it roars. It's invisible, yet undeniable. You don't need to prove it. It simply is. They want you to shout, to demand attention, to play their game. But you know, true strength doesn't need a stage. It lives in the quiet, in the man who stands firm, even when no one's watching. You're not immune. Doubt creeps in. It whispers in the dark, when the world is asleep and you're alone with your thoughts. What if you're wrong? What if this path leads nowhere? What if your solitude is just a lie you tell yourself to justify the pain? These shadows are heavy. They pull at your resolve, test your faith. But you've faced them before. You know their game. Doubt isn't your enemy. It's your teacher. It forces you to question, to refine, to grow. Each time you face it, you emerge sharper, more certain, more you. So you let the shadows come. You sit with them, and then you rise. Discipline is your anchor. The world pulls you toward chaos, toward distraction, toward weakness. But you hold fast. You rise early. You train your body. You sharpen your mind. Not for applause, but for yourself. Because you know, a man without discipline is a man adrift. The lone wolf doesn't survive by chance. He thrives because he chooses, every day, every moment, to be better, to be stronger, to be true. This discipline isn't a burden. It's a gift. The gift of knowing you can rely on yourself, no matter what. The world worships idols, money, status, fame. It tells you these are the measure of a man. You see through the lie. You know their worth. Temporary, fragile, empty. You reject them, not out of spite, but out of clarity. You know what matters. Purpose, integrity, the quiet pride of living on your terms. This rejection sets you free. It strips away the chains others willingly wear. It lets you breathe. It lets you live. And in that freedom, you find a strength the world will never know. There's a fire in you, not the kind that burns out, but the kind that endures. A steady flame, fed by your will, your vision, your truth. It's what drives you. Through the pain, through the doubt, through the endless noise of a world that doesn't understand. This is your secret, the source of your resilience. It's why you keep going when others would break. It's why you stand tall when the world expects you to fall. You don't need their validation. You don't need their praise. You have the fire, and it's enough. Freedom isn't free. It comes with a price: loneliness, sacrifice, the ache of being different. You've paid it in sleepless nights, in moments of doubt, in the quiet realization that not everyone will walk with you, but you pay it gladly. Because the alternative, a life of conformity, of compromise, of betrayal, is a cost far greater. Freedom is your currency. You spend it wisely. You guard it fiercely. Because you know, a man who is free is a man who is whole. There's a place inside you, a stillness, a sanctuary where the world can't reach. Here, you are enough. Here, you are whole. Here, you find peace. Not the peace of comfort, but the peace of truth. The peace of knowing you've lived authentically, that you've stayed true. This stillness is sacred. It's where you recharge, where you remember who you are, where you find the strength to face another day. You carry it with you, always. A quiet power that no one can take. The world doesn't see you, not fully. It catches glimpses, your strength, your resolve, your quiet intensity. But it misses the depth. It doesn't see the battles you fight in silence, the dreams that keep you awake, the heart that beats beneath your armor. And that's okay. You don't need their eyes. You don't need their understanding. You know who you are, and that's enough. Let them look past you. Let them underestimate you. Their blindness is your advantage. Your power lies in being unseen. Your resilience wasn't given. It was earned. Forged in moments of loss, of betrayal, of failure. Pain was your teacher. It broke you open. It showed you what you're made of. It taught you to stand when you wanted to fall. You don't fear pain anymore. You respect it. You know its power. You know it shapes you, sharpens you, makes you more. This is your resilience, not the absence of struggle, but the strength to rise every time you're struck down, to keep going, to keep being you. Something is shifting. Deep within, a quiet awakening, a realization that you were never broken. You were always enough. Your solitude, your strength, your silence, they were never flaws. They were your power. This is your transformation, not into someone new, but into the man you were always meant to be. Whole, unshaken, free. You feel it now. The fire in your chest, the clarity in your mind, the peace in your soul. You are awake, and the world will never be the same. The path doesn't end. It stretches on, through shadows and light, through doubt and triumph. You walk it, not because you must, but because you choose. Because this is who you are. A Sigma male, a man of resilience, a man of truth. Each step is yours. Each choice is yours. Each moment is a chance to be more. You don't need the world's approval. You don't need its applause. You have your fire, your silence, your soul. And that is everything. The day fades. The world grows quiet. And you stand, as you always have, alone, but not lonely. Your resilience is your legacy. Not written in books, not shouted from rooftops, but carved in the life you've lived. You are the Sigma male, the man who chose himself, the man who found strength in the silence, the man who burned bright, even in the dark. This is your story, and it's only just begun.